Ready? Exercise number 19, Series B, Legal Matter, start. These petitions were filed in 2017 challenging the provisions of Finance Act 2017, which paved the way for anonymous electoral bonds. The Finance Act 2017 introduced amendments in Reserve Bank of India Act, Companies Act, Income Tax Act, Representation of Peoples Act and Foreign Contributions Regulations Act to make way for electoral bonds. The petitions have been filed by political party Communist Party of India and NGOs Common Cause and Association for Democratic Reforms under bracket ADR bracket out, which challenge the scheme as an obscure funding system which is unchecked by any authority. The petitioners voiced the apprehension that the amendments to Companies Act 2013 will lead to private corporate interests taking precedence over the needs and rights of the people of the state in policy considerations. Stop, next para. The learned senior advocate for the Election Commission of India has already filed a counter affidavit in the case expressing its concerns about the anonymous nature of bonds. The ECI has described this a retrograde step as far as transparency of donations is concerned and called for its withdrawal. By virtue of the 2017 amendment made to Section 29C of the Representation of Peoples Act 1951 under bracket RPA bracket out, political parties need not report to ECI the donations received through electoral bonds. He also stated that if contributions are not reported, it will not be possible to ascertain if political parties have taken donations from government companies and foreign sources, which is prohibited under Section 29B of RPA bracket out. Stop, next para. After several sessions of hearing held during the run-up to the 2019 Lok Sabha polls, the three-judge bench of this court came to the conclusion that we do not know at this stage as to how far the allegation there under the scheme there would be complete anonymity in the financing of political parties by corporate houses, both in India and abroad, is sustainable. If the purchase of the bonds as well as their encashment could happen only through banking channels, and if purchase of bonds are allowed only to customers who fulfill KYC norms, the information about the purchaser will certainly be available with the SBI, which alone is authorized to issue and encash the bonds as per the scheme. Moreover, any expenditure incurred by anyone in purchasing the bonds through banking channels will have to be accounted as an expenditure in his books of accounts. The trial balance cash flow statement accounted as an expenditure in his books of accounts. The trial balance cash flow statement, profit and loss account and balance sheet of companies which purchase electoral bonds will have to necessarily reflect the amount spent by way of expenditure in the purchase of electoral bonds. Stop, next para. Since the scheme mandates political parties to file audited statement of accounts, and also since the Companies Act requires financial statements of registered companies to be filed with the Registrar of Companies, the purchase as well as encashment of the bonds happening only through banking channels is always reflected in documents that eventually come to the public domain. All that is required is a little more effort to cull out such information from both sides under bracket purchaser of bond and political party bracket out, and do some match the following. Therefore, it is not as though the operations under the scheme are behind iron curtains incapable of being pierced. Moreover, the first buyer will not stand to gain anything out of such sale except losing white money for the black. Stop. Thank you very much.